Hey, welcome back to another Black Tea Coffee vlog. We've got a couple of roast experiments that we're going to be doing today. Having fun today. Have a little off day. Finally, I've got some robusta here from Hesea. This is really, really interesting. I've been waiting a long time for it. It's from El Salvador. It's natural processed. Actually, it's honey processed. They are a lower elevation coffee. It's honey processed. So the plan for roasting this today is just going to be gentle but long, and take it into a medium, full city plus, maybe even dark roast. Well, I got enough to do like 2 attempts, so we can do 2 attempts. I'm gonna roast full batch capacity. This was scored 81 points by Jared over at Hesea. That means we're not gonna get a lot of complexity, I think, in the cup. Okay, boom. We have 2 batches of this. We have a little bit left. We'll run this through the Ikawa, see how it handles a robusta. But the goal, yeah, is to probably do a 360 charge, because I'm thinking not 350 because I want to have enough energy to move it into a darker roast. Darker. We don't know how dark. I'm just gonna kind of gauge the coffee, look at my numbers, and sort of make a decision at the roaster. I'll probably go for like not a 4-4-4 roast ratio. Maybe it'll be something like 405, 405, 3 sort of deal. Let's see. Okay, so we have this experiment. Okay, cool. This experiment, which is coffee from China. This is my first green coffee from China, from Menglian, single origin. Altitude is 1400 plus. Variety is Catimor. Is it the same as Catimor? It's a wash process coffee. The roaster been preheating for a while now. It's ready for us. That's going to be our experiments today. We're just going to do 3, and then we'll finish the day off and do some Ikawa samples. All right, let's go to the roaster. Results of this roast is weird. I bottomed out. I've never done that before. It looks like I need more energy in the roast. We're hitting all of our points as compared to an Arabica a little bit later than I'd like, which eventually ends up into not even hearing a first crack, which is interesting. So maybe I stalled it. You can kind of see this weird wonkiness here. I heard one outlier. And I'm like, okay. So we're gonna try a higher charge temp. We're gonna go for 370. Just because we're trying to get more energy into the roast, but we're not maxing out on the gas. I'm at 2 kPa, right? So let's see where it goes. So the first roast, I basically stalled it. We went a little too gentle with it. So now I'm being a little bit more aggressive, paying attention to the ROR. I'm looking at the coffee and seeing if that's too much heat. Bring it down to 25. Now this looks good. It looks like we're on track. We're gonna approach first crack around, hopefully around 373, 376. It's trending up a little bit. I'm gonna pick up the air a little. There's our first outlier, 370. It's a very quiet first crack. I can hear it. It's popping now. It sounds more, not like second crack. Doesn't sound like that. It's just a very quiet first crack. This roast was much better. All I needed to do is change the charge temp. Much better. We'll cup this against that stalled roast and see what does stalled or baked or no first crack taste like. Okay, next one. Let's go with more energy because I can't make up for that. So let's shoot for a 370 charge temp because it's a little bit higher density than that robusta, and it was in a natural process, in a wash process. So I think I can take the extra energy of 370 charge temp. Okay, so let's try this. And if it's too much energy, we'll know right away before at turning point at least to adjust, right? So I'd rather have more energy than not have enough because then I won't ever get to that point. But if I can come down from a lot of energy, I think that's a better, better situation to be in. All right. And then if I can listen, I can even adjust my drums because of the smaller batch size. It's not 75 RPM, it's 75 on my dial, okay? So I'm just going by sound. Yeah, it's just gonna be a little wonky because we're not running a full batch size. So if we're trying to base all of our decisions slowly on data, I was talking to Deb about this, it's like, roasting is already not a perfect science. You're already leaning on data that is not going to be the most reliable, right? So take whatever you can from the data. You can still use it to help you make decisions, but just know, like, it's not ideal, you know? Yeah, it's wonky, but, it's just a tool. The data logging machine is just a tool. You really got to still roast with all of your senses, your experience, the goal for this coffee, all that stuff. That's what makes it a little frustrating. It can be frustrating, yeah. It's weird that it's washed, because I remember tasting it, didn't taste very washed. Seeing some outliers. It's cracking really early. A lot of outliers. Alright, there's our first crack. It's early. Now we're roasting this basic. Now let's roast the coffee. Let's use this to help us make decisions, but we're going to go by feel now. Alright. 398 finishing. But I think it looks and it feels okay. I mean, the curve is not pretty, but we don't care about that so much. Save. And this is RP what? RP306. 506. Okay, so we're going to analyze these, check it out, report back.